everyone, this is Hannah from Wonderful Woodlands, and today we're going to knit a bobble. I use bobbles all the time. They're so cute. They make the best eyes. So obviously if I was doing an eye, I would be using black, but today I'm going to be using apple green because it's a little bit easier to see when you're first starting out. And I want you to be able to see the stitches really well. A bobble, all the bobbles that I use always use a knit front back stitch. So if you haven't done that stitch yet, go back and do that video first because the bobble uses that stitch and then it adds more stitches on behind it. So make sure you're comfortable doing a knit front back stitch. Otherwise, we're ready to start a bobble. So the very first thing you're gonna do is create a slip knot. You probably remember this from our knit cast on method. So take your short end on the left side, your longer end on the right side. You're gonna cross it over, and then you're gonna catch the short end through the long end and pull it tight so you have your slip knot right here. We're gonna thread this onto our needle. Make sure it's not too tight because you gotta get the second needle in. So the first thing we're gonna do is a knit front back stitch. So we're gonna knit into the front and then we're gonna knit into the back, and we're only doing this one time for this bobble. And I should say there's ways to create bigger bobbles than what we're doing today, but because we're using such a big chunky yarn, we're gonna be using very, very, very few stitches. Sometimes if I have a skinnier yarn, I'll do this with more stitches, but we're gonna just do a small one today. So we've just done a knit front back stitch, so now we have 2 stitches. So we're gonna flip our work over, and this is our wrong side, so we're gonna purl as if we were doing a stockinette stitch. Bring this in, we're gonna purl 2, 1 and 2. And then we're not gonna turn our work here. We'll tighten this up just a little bit. We have 2 stitches. The last thing we're gonna do, this is a classic bind off stitch, is we're gonna take the right stitch, we're gonna slip it over the left stitch, so we're down to 1, and then we're gonna pull our yarn through a little bit here so we have a loop, slide it off your needle, and then you're gonna take your end here and you're gonna pull it through the loop to close it up. And then because we have such a big chunky yarn here, you have a cute, something that could be an eye, or in our snowman, we use this for the mouth as little rocks, pebbles. This is a bobble.